What's up, FlickPop Nation? Get ready because we're diving headfirst into a whirlwind of breaking news that's going to shake things up. First off, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has just landed in Israel amidst escalating tensions and intensified Israeli strikes in northern Gaza. This visit comes at a critical juncture, with Rubio seeking direct answers on the path forward following a recent Israeli operation that disrupted ceasefire efforts. Next up, we're heading to Washington, where FBI Director Kash Patel is facing intense scrutiny. After a botched assassination probe and internal turmoil, Patel is set to appear before congressional hearings, facing tough questions about his leadership, a controversial purge of senior executives, and the FBI's shifting priorities. Then, we're turning to the political arena, where Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman is sounding the alarm for the Democratic Party. He's dropping some serious truth bombs, revealing why Democrats might be losing touch with voters and even weighing in on Donald Trump, suggesting he's not an autocrat, and that the party needs to seriously rethink its strategy to win back the nation. And finally, we're jetting down to Florida for a look at the brewing political storm. Former Florida House Speaker Paul Renner sees a potential civil war brewing between Trump and DeSantis Republicans, and he believes this internal GOP conflict could actually clear his path to victory in the upcoming gubernatorial race. Stick around for all the details and make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell on. Diplomacy on the brink. Rubio lands in Israel amidst Gaza escalation. The situation in Gaza is reaching a critical boiling point, and U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has just arrived in Israel to confront the escalating crisis. His visit comes as Israel intensifies its strikes in northern Gaza, with reports of flattened buildings and significant Palestinian casualties. Rubio's primary objective is to gain clarity from Israeli officials on their strategy moving forward, particularly after a recent Israeli strike on Hamas operatives in Qatar significantly derailed ongoing ceasefire negotiations. This trip also serves as a crucial display of support for an increasingly isolated Israel, especially as the United Nations prepares for a contentious debate on Palestinian statehood, a concept strongly opposed by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The visit proceeds despite President Trump's expressed displeasure with Netanyahu over the lack of notification regarding the Doha strike. Highlighting the delicate balancing act the Trump administration is attempting between key Middle Eastern allies amidst widespread international condemnation. The Doha operation has effectively stalled hopes for an Israel-Hamas ceasefire and hostage release before the upcoming UN General Assembly session, where the Gaza conflict is expected to dominate discussions. Audience impact. International observers and human rights groups are closely watching Rubio's diplomatic efforts, while citizens in Gaza face dire conditions, with hospitals reporting multiple strikes and rising deaths from malnutrition. Can Rubio bridge the divide and de-escalate the conflict? Next, we'll uncover the turmoil within the FBI and its director's precarious position. FBI under fire. Patel faces Congress amidst probe blunders and internal chaos. FBI Director Kash Patel is walking into the political spotlight, facing critical congressional hearings this week following a series of high-profile missteps. The recent assassination probe of conservative activist Charlie Kirk saw Patel prematurely declare the subject in custody, only for the actual gunman to remain at large, a public relations nightmare that underscored the immense pressure on the Bureau's credibility. This incident is just the tip of the iceberg, as Patel must now address broader concerns about his leadership amidst deep political divisions and internal upheaval within the FBI. Democrats are expected to grill Patel on a significant purge of senior FBI executives, which has already led to a lawsuit alleging retaliatory actions. They will also question his focus on President Trump's past grievances and a controversial realignment of FBI resources that appears to prioritize immigration and street crime over other critical national security threats. Audience impact. The hearings are a crucial test for Patel, with his performance potentially shaping public trust in the FBI during a volatile political climate. Critics are already questioning his suitability to lead the agency. Will Patel's testimony restore confidence in the FBI? Meanwhile, a prominent Democrat is issuing a stark warning to his party about losing touch with voters. Fetterman's blunt warning: Democrats forgotten why we lost, and Trump not an autocrat. Senator John Fetterman is delivering a no-holds-barred assessment of the Democratic Party's struggles, urging his colleagues to learn from their electoral defeats and reconnect with the American voter. In a candid interview, Fetterman declared that Democrats have forgotten one of the reasons why we lost, suggesting that some of the party's more progressive stances have been weaponized against them. He cautioned against doubling down on extreme positions, emphasizing the need to win in swing states by understanding what resonates with a broader electorate. Fetterman also addressed the rhetoric surrounding Donald Trump, advising Democrats to turn the temperature down and avoid labeling him an autocrat, stating that Trump is a product of a democratic election and that respecting election outcomes is fundamental to democracy, even when the results are unfavorable. He believes the party has lost its connection with voters by being overly reactive to Trump's actions and needs to find a more effective message. Audience impact: Fetterman's outspokenness has sparked debate within the Democratic Party, with some embracing his pragmatic approach while others question his stance on Trump and foreign policy, particularly regarding the Israel-Hamas conflict. Will Fetterman's tough love help Democrats find their way back? And in Florida, a political battle is brewing that could redefine the Republican landscape. Renner bets on GOP rift. Florida Speaker eyes governor's seat amidst Trump-DeSantis divide. As Florida gears up for its next gubernatorial race, former House Speaker Paul Renner is strategically positioning himself to capitalize on the growing chasm within the Republican Party. Renner, who lacks explicit endorsements from both President Donald Trump and Governor Ron DeSantis, believes the brewing civil war between their respective loyalists could actually pave his way to victory. He plans to navigate this internal GOP conflict by presenting a unifying message focused on putting Florida first. This unique approach allows Renner to seek a path to the governor's mansion without the direct backing of the party's two biggest figures, who are backing different candidates in the race. Renner aims to align himself with Trump's MAGA agenda while also highlighting his own legislative record, which was closely tied to DeSantis's policy initiatives during his speakership. Audience impact: Political analysts are closely watching Renner's strategy, with some suggesting his success hinges on the other candidates destroying each other. Meanwhile, fundraising numbers show a significant gap, with Byron Donalds holding a substantial lead. Can Renner's gamble pay off in the Sunshine State? That's all the top stories for today, but don't go anywhere. We've got a lightning round recap coming right up. And that's a wrap on today's top stories. We saw U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio arrive in Israel amid escalating Gaza conflict. FBI Director Kash Patel is facing tough congressional questioning over recent investigations. Senator John Fetterman is urging Democrats to reconnect with voters and rethink their messaging. And in Florida, Paul Renner hopes to benefit from a growing rift within the Republican Party. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to FlickPop for all your breaking news, hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, drop a comment below to tell us your thoughts, and follow us on all our social media channels for more exclusive content.